Hey guys, I'm Michael. I'm for TravelCostaRicanNow.com, and I'm wearing a pink shirt. So my wardrobe got a little thin. Anyway, guys,
Borrow the pink shirt.
This is another series of expat videos that we like to do. We kind of talk about different things. We've talked to Lair before. If you want to catch that video. But we're going to be hitting a whole new subject now. Just real briefly, Lair lives in Gracia, which is how far from San Jose?
About an hour on bus. On the bus, and that's the only way to go to San Jose. You know, you don't drive.
Exactly. And he's lived here 9 years, so he knows things, and that's just why we're going to probably keep talking to him until he gets bored or tired. Anyway, we're going to talk about something a little different. We're going to talk about the culture here. Kind of what he's maybe seen here, what he likes, what he doesn't like. For people that are thinking about coming down here, you kind of want to, you know, you're a guest in the country, right? I mean, you better know what you're coming into.
Yeah.
So let's talk about we call them Ticos, which is a friendly term.
Mm-hmm. And that's just Gringo.
Yes.
And Gringo is a friendly term here too. Not in other countries necessarily, but in Costa Rica it is.
Right. So let's talk about start the basic of the Tico culture.
Well, the basic, I believe, is quedar bien, which means to remain well, to leave you with a good impression of me. That's the most important thing to me.
I would say that's...
If I was a Tico.
You know, I never heard that before, and that's actually exactly right.
Well, yes, it is. You know, so that is the key to the culture. You know, is that a Tico wants to remain well with you. He wants to leave you with a good impression. We all do, but with Ticos, that's number one.
So,
in my opinion.
Well, I kind of agree. So when they say, because a lot of people go, but they didn't tell me the truth on that. They didn't explain. You know, he told me it was okay.
Yeah.
You know, so you kind of get you're like, okay, I'm good because that Tico just told me that's correct or that's right or am I saying it right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know what that is, I think, is that in Tico culture, to say no is almost rude. I mean,
in any context.
Yeah, in any context. So you try to avoid saying no. So I frequently say that if a Tico says to you, "Está complicado," it's complicated. That means it's not going to happen in your lifetime, buddy. Forget about it. You know, I mean that's as close to a no as you're going to ever hear. I mean, generally, Ticos, I'm talking generally, of course. Ticos who work with tourists, who work in the tourist industry, can say no. They've learned how to do it. I'm sure it was hard, but They learned how to do it, you know. But generally speaking, you avoid saying no. So how do we deal with that? The way we deal with it is by asking questions that present options rather than a yes or no answer. Here's an example. I was walking down the street and a Tico man was standing on the sidewalk and he said, "Does the bus stop here or there?" Now he didn't indicate to me where there was. Was there or over there? You know, he didn't say that. He just said, "Is it here or there? Does the bus stop here or there?" And I could say, "It stops over there." But he didn't say, "Is this the bus stop?" Because I would have said, "No, yes," if I was a Tico.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't, because I couldn't say no. So he offered me the option of saying, "It's over there."
Right, which you did.
Which I did, you know. So, but we misunderstand those things. You know, we don't get that.
Yeah, but I don't think people understand. Here's where I kind of want to take it a little bit with the cultures, is people that want to live down here and they may want to build or they might want to own property or they might want to do something. I mean, if you say something like, "I would like to start a zoo on top of a volcano where only helicopters could reach you," I think they're going to say yes.
That's right. So
can I get this table in hardwood red?
Yes. Absolutely. You know.
But what happens?
But tomorrow.
But what happens?
Next week.
Yeah. But what happens when you don't get it, or it's like, "Well, I got you your table. It's red. Not what you said, but I painted it red. And what's your problem?" Mm-hmm. So I think what a lot of maybe Gringos don't know, that now what do you do when it's not really right?
Yeah. Well, you know, I have a friend who's a very intelligent woman. She raised children by herself as a single mom. She was successful in her business world, and she came out here and wanted to build a house. She was convinced she could do this. She had enough Spanish. She could do this for herself without hiring anybody to help her. So she did. At one point, she walked into the house, and they had laid the floor, the tile floor, and she said, "This is off-white. I said I wanted it solid white." And she said, "You're going to have to take this out and do it over." So she left, and she came back, and the floor was black. They said they were going to make it white, but she came back. They were being passive-aggressive to her because she was being pushy. Now, here's the way you deal with building a house. You hire someone well worth the money to deal with all these things for you. I have another friend who built a house, and she hired a woman to help her, and she would go to the building site, and she'd say, she'd look at it, she'd come home and tell her helper that she would say, the windows are totally wrong. I mean, they're supposed to be blah, blah, blah. And the friend would say, "Oh, don't worry, we'll take care of it." And she would go and take care of it. She knew how to communicate with the people the problem. Deborah didn't know how to do that.
The Gringos tend to get a little...
We get antsy, we get pushy, and we don't even realize we're being pushy, but within the framework of this culture, it's pushy, So Deborah then, all she would do is go to the building site and pass out coffee and cookies every day and come home and complain to her partner what was wrong. And her partner would then deal with the construction worker. That was the best investment she ever made. Her house was perfect when she was finished.
Just what she wanted.
Just what she wanted.
So what would you... So they're basically a Catholic country. That brings along a certain... kind of culture. Would you say they're over religious? Are they religious?
Well, from what I've read, Costa Rica is the least Catholic country of all Latin America. That there are less people who are devout, there are less people who go to church. Costa Ricans prize themselves on their democracy. They don't like anybody telling them what to do, including the priest. And to their credit, the church knows that in Costa Rica, so they don't stick their nose into things very strongly. So, they seem to have worked out a nice little compromise so that they're not that influential, overall. People still go to church on religious holidays. People go to church for weddings and for funerals. And if you ask them, yes, the majority...
Would say they've got a belief system of...
Yes.
Catholic. I believe in God, and that's the Catholic...
and they believe in Catholic fatalism. That's why a maniac can drive on the highway and say, if I kill that family by driving crazy, it was their time to go. God wanted them to go. If I die, it was my time to go. But if I don't get died, then it wasn't my time to go, so I'm free to drive like a fool.
Okay, that's a scary, scary...
I know, but there you go. That's one of the reasons why I don't drive here.
Now, you talk about driving in Costa Rica, that could be the answer right there. So what would you say there? I'm not sure if this is all cultural. I'm not sure if my questions are all cultural, but I'm kind of in a big... So what's their their working habits, their work ethic,
to enjoy right now. If
they don't work,
Gringos have a hard time with bargaining. This is a culture where you bargain for things. Gringos complain all the time about gringo prices. There's no such thing as gringo prices. There are acculturated prices and non-acculturated prices. You walk in and say, "Give me that blah, blah,
blah." Is that just
blah,
semantics? What are you doing?
No, I'm saying that if you walk into the store and you say, "I would like that and that, please," they will give it to you and they'll sell it to you, and the price may be higher. But if you walk in and say, "Good morning, how's the wife and kids? Oh, by the way, I would like a tourniquet for my broken arm," then they're going to go out of their way and give you a deal. The difference is you take up the habits of the culture. You make every experience fun. And if it's not fun, it's going to cost you. So keep it fun. Bargaining should be fun. When I go into a store and I say, "How much is something?"
But it almost doesn't sound like bargaining. It just almost sounds like you're kind of playing them the niceties and you're just saying
Well,
things.
that's right. You're playing the social niceties. You always say good morning. You always say, "How are you?" And you don't skip those steps. Those are critical steps in your dealing.
You're rude if you're not.
You're rude if you're not, even though you don't intend to be. You are. Now, so if you're bargaining, you go in and they say the price of something is this price. You go, that was way too much, and you go ahead and pay it. But what do? Well, you could do what I do is I walk in and I go, attacky! I'm having a heart attack. You know, it's so expensive and making it fun. It's got to be fun. You know, the whole process should be fun. Exchanging money, we take money seriously in our culture. You straighten up your face and you like do business deals and you lay the money down. But in Costa Rica, you keep it fun. You know, it's something that we have a hard time with. You know.
And they don't seem to, I mean, they do work, obviously, but they don't seem to be so serious that like a gringo would be about work. It seems like they work to just try to get a fun life.
That's right. And we work to make sure their work is fun.
They don't, I mean, they don't define themselves through their work. They define themselves through their...
In fact, that's a very critical point you just hit on. In our culture, we say, we meet someone, we say, what is your name? And then the second question out of our mouth is, what do you do? In Costa Rica, that's the last thing you ask. You ask, the second question is, who is your family? Because we're going to try to make a connection here. But to say, what do you do? He's a janitor at the hospital. He sees that as embarrassing. His friends are standing there. You're putting him on the spot. He's going to have to say in front of everybody that he's a janitor at the hospital. So you don't ask that question. They don't ask it of each other. You know, Ticos tend to...
Because that's not how they judge each other. We judge each other by,
right.
Wow, you're a banker.
That's right.
Wow, you're better than me.
That's right. That's right. You know, well, I'm a doctor. You know,
right.
You know,
always trying to one up.
That's right.
They don't tend to do that.
Well, they just don't play that game at all. You just don't ask. It's easy enough not to ask. You know, so that way you don't put people on the spot.
But a lot of us wouldn't know that.
That's right.
How would you think we're being nice?
How would you know?
So what do you do?
I know. How would you know? You know, that is the secret, and that is why.
Wait, this is why we do these interviews.
and that is why you must take your time when you're thinking about moving here, because everything we talked about is not only different from our culture, but it's being done in another language. So, you know, there's a lot of chances for misconceptions and misunderstandings.
Miscommunication.
I mean, Ticos are gracious to a fault. They do not have confrontations. They're not confrontational. They will forgive us of a lot of stuff, but we need to meet them halfway. And quite frankly, that's my biggest disappointment with the Gringo population here, is that we don't grab a hold of those things after we've known them. We want people to bend to our will, you know, even though it's subconscious.
We want to win.
That's right.
We want to win.
That's right. You know.
Which I think, personally, I don't know if it's culture or stereotype, they do tend to get a little passive aggressive though.
Oh yes.
If you get like that, they'll be nice to you.
They'll turn your floor black.
They'll be nice to your face, but yeah, your papers go at the bottom of the stack.
That's right. And then you wonder why things are going so badly for you. You know, one of the games that we play with old-time gringos here, is that somebody starts complaining. You go out to coffee with a bunch of gringos, and somebody starts talking about, they're just always lying, and prices are so much higher than they said they were going to be, and we look at each other and we sort of wink and we say 6 months.
Yeah, really.
You know, we know that person is not going to make it. They're going to leave. You know,
exactly right.
It's very clear. When you start complaining, your days are numbered here. You know, you better adjust because you know what? They don't have to. It's their country. You're the one who's going to have to make the adjustments. And it can be fun. It can be liberating. It can be good for your brain. It can help in so many ways.
Oh, they have a lot to teach us.
Oh, man. You know.
Chill.
Enjoy the moment.
Chill.
You know. Live in the moment. Enjoy the moment. Right now. Have a good time. You know.
Exactly. Which I'm having a good time. Anyway, we just can't keep talking because people just will turn it off.
Yeah, they've already gone to sleep. Yeah.
Anyways, thank you, Lair, so much for talking to us. Hope it was helpful to you guys. Anyway, I'm Michael Allen for TravelCostaRicanNow.com. I'm Mike Pink Shirt. You'll never see me in again. Peace, guys. Hope it helps.